Asterisk under two giant moons shining cold light on the empty planet, Marcus walked alone. His boots crunched softly on red dust as he searched for old metal and parts left behind by other species. Marcus was not a soldier. He was just a scavenger, a human who collected things to sell and survive. Tonight felt different. The air was too quiet. Even the desert winds had stopped. Suddenly, Marcus stopped. His sharp eyes noticed something unusual, something that did not look like stone or metal. It was a shape lying still between two broken pillars. He moved closer slowly. His flashlight showed a figure. It was a girl. Not human. Her skin was a soft violet color, glowing faintly under the twin moons. Long silver hair spread out like silk. On the sand, she wore strange armor, cracked and broken. Her body was covered in wounds, some still bleeding purple-blue liquid. Her chest moved very slowly, barely alive. Marcus' heart beat faster. He had seen aliens before, but not like this one. Her face was peaceful but full of pain. And she was young, maybe his age. For a moment, he thought of walking away. Helping aliens could bring trouble. But leaving her here felt wrong. He knelt beside her, pulling off his glove and checking her neck for a pulse. Weak, fading. Damn, Marcus whispered to himself. He opened his backpack quickly. Inside was a small emergency kit. Human medicine. Wouldn't work on alien blood. But there was one crazy thing he had heard in deep space bars. Some human blood had strange effects on other species. Marcus took out a small injector. He filled it with his own blood. Let's hope you're lucky, girl. He pushed the injector into her arm. The machine clicked. His blood flowed into her veins. At first, nothing happened. Then her body shook violently. Her glowing skin turned brighter, like light was moving under it. Her fingers twitched. Her eyes opened, suddenly bright golden eyes staring at him, wide and afraid. She tried to speak, but only strange sounds came from her mouth. Marcus raised his hands slowly, showing. He meant no harm. It's okay. I'm helping you, he said in a calm voice. The girl's eyes dropped to her stomach. Her hands moved there, pressing lightly as if she felt something different inside her. Then she looked back at Marcus, eyes full of fear and something else. Confusion. Marcus pulled back slightly, unsure what to do now. His heart was racing. He had just saved an alien girl's life using his own blood. And now she was awake, staring at him like he wasn't real. Suddenly, her body tensed again. Her hand gripped his wrist. Her voice was weak, shaking, but clearer now. Human. Blood. Why? Marcus swallowed hard. You were dying. I didn't know what else to do. Her golden eyes stayed locked on his. Slowly, tears fell down her violet cheeks, growing. She whispered, holding her stomach tighter. Marcus frowned, confused. What's growing? Before he could ask more, her body collapsed again, but this time her breathing was steady, not fading. The glow under her skin remained soft, no longer bright and dangerous. Marcus stood up and looked around. If she was injured here, that meant others could be nearby. Friends. Or enemies, but one thing was clear. He couldn't leave her here. Not now. With a tired sigh, he bent down, carefully lifting the alien girl into his arms. She was lighter than she looked. Her silver hair brushed against his shoulder as he carried her toward his hidden shelter nearby. The twin moons watched them. Silently, two different beings, human and alien, walking together under the cold, endless sky. And somewhere inside her, something unknown had just begun. The shelter was hidden between broken metal walls, deep inside the ruins. Cold wind howled outside, but inside it was quiet, too quiet. Marcus sat near the alien girl, his pulse still racing. It had been hours since he brought her in, laid her on his old camp bed, and wrapped her wounds. He had done all he could, but now she was glowing again. Her skin, a soft violet color before, now shimmered faintly in the dark. It was not just normal light, It pulsed in time with her heartbeat. Suddenly, her golden eyes opened wide. But this time, they weren't full of fear. This time, they burned like fire. She sat up fast, too fast for someone wounded. Marcus jumped to his feet, grabbing his plasma knife instinctively. The girl's voice was clearer now. "Where am I?" she asked, looking around, her accent sharp but understandable. Marcus kept his voice calm. "You're safe. I found you. Outside, you were dying." The alien girl touched her stomach again, like she had done before. Her face twisted into shock and confusion. "Impossible," she whispered. "It's already happening." "What's already happening?" Marcus asked, stepping closer but keeping his knife ready, just in case. The girl looked up at him slowly. Her golden eyes met his, steady and serious. "My name is Alara. I am royal blood. Our kind cannot have children. For hundreds of years." Marcus frowned, lowering his knife just a little. "What does that have to do with me?" Ilara's voice dropped, almost like a secret. "Your blood. It changed me. It woke something sleeping inside. Now ... There is life growing." Marcus took a step back, feeling cold even in the warm room. "That's not possible," he said quietly. "That doesn't make sense." Alara stood now, moving slowly. Her wounds were almost completely healed. Her skin still glowed. Her armor was cracked, but her body looked strong again. "You don't understand, human," she said softly. "You have done something forbidden. Something dangerous." Marcus rubbed his face. His mind spun. "So you're telling me, because I saved you, now you're pregnant?" Alara looked down at her stomach once more and gave the smallest nod. Her silver hair fell over her face, hiding her expression. "It's more than that," she said quietly. "If others find out, they will kill both of us." Before Marcus could ask anything else, his wristband started flashing red. An alert. He grabbed it fast. "A signal ship's in orbit. Alien ships. They're already looking for me," Alara said, her voice heavy with fear now. "We have little time." Marcus looked at her. At the glowing lines under her violet skin. At her golden eyes, and he made a decision. "Then we don't wait," Marcus said. "We move, now." He threw a bag over his shoulder, grabbed a plasma rifle from the corner, and offered Alara a hand. For one moment, she looked unsure. Then her fingers touched his, warm and glowing. Together, human and alien stepped out into the cold night under the twin moons once more. This time, not just to survive, but to protect a life that should never have existed. The sky above them had turned orange and purple as dawn approached. 2 moons faded slowly while the planet's weak sun rose from the edge of the desert. Marcus and Alara moved carefully across the rocky path. No words, only silence and the quiet hum of Ilara's glowing skin. It wasn't just light now. It was almost like energy alive beneath her skin, moving with her pulse. Marcus kept glancing at her, not just out of concern but confusion. Her wounds were fully healed, her steps stronger than before, and her hand stayed over her stomach as if protecting something fragile. When they finally reached a cave, hidden beneath a fallen starship engine, Marcus finally spoke. "Now you'll tell me everything," he said, voice low but steady. "What's really going on with you?" Alara didn't look at him. She placed her hand on the cave wall, and the stone shimmered faintly, technology hidden under old rock. A hidden door opened. Inside was a small room, smooth metal walls, old alien tech, storage containers. Marcus realized this wasn't her first time here. Alara sat down slowly on one of the crates. Her golden eyes flicked up toward Marcus now, sharper and clearer than before. "You deserve the truth," she said. "But you may not want to hear it." Marcus crossed his arms, standing by the door. His rifle rested against his shoulder. "Try me." Alara took a breath, then began. "For hundreds of cycles, my people Xyellans have ruled from the stars. Strong, beautiful, long-lived, but broken. Our line is ending. Marcus frowned slightly. You mean? Alara nodded slowly. We cannot create new life. Our bloodline is cursed. No royal child has been born in over 200 years. Scientists tried everything, but one ancient theory remained ... She hesitated. Marcus leaned forward. What theory? Ilara's voice dropped low. That human blood might carry something old. A genetic key. We were forbidden to test it because it would mix the bloodlines. Our kind sees that as impurity ... Shame. Marcus let out a slow breath. Now it was clearer. So, I wasn't just lucky saving you. My blood unlocked whatever was locked. Inside you? Ilara's hand rested on her stomach again. Her expression softened, not as a soldier, but as someone scared. Yes, it was not supposed to happen. But now ... I feel it. Life inside me. A child of two worlds. Silence hung between them. Only the faint sound of the wind outside. Then, suddenly, Ilara's eyes flashed. She stood up fast. Marcus grabbed his rifle instantly. What is it? Scanners. She whispered. They're close. Alara waved her hand in front of a console hidden in the wall. A small screen lit up. It showed 3 ships in the sky, coming toward their location. Marcus swore under his breath. They're serious about bringing you back, aren't they? Ilara's voice was tight. If they find me like this carrying a child, they won't just kill me. They'll kill you too. No one can know. Marcus stared at her for a moment. His grip tightened on the rifle. I didn't sign up for this ... He muttered, shaking his head. But then his voice hardened. Doesn't matter now. I'm not leaving you. Ilara blinked, surprised. You would risk your life? For me? For ... This? Marcus gave a small, crooked smile. I already spilled my blood for you once. Might as well finish what I started. Outside, the ships grew closer. Engines roaring in the sky. Ilara's eyes glowed brighter as she activated more panels. Hidden weapons charged up. The quiet cave became a war room. Then we stand together, she said, voice stronger now, not just as 2 strangers, but as 2 protectors of the first child of 2 worlds. And as the first rays of the sun filled the cave, the battle for that secret life began. It began not with sound, but with light. A sharp, golden beam cut through the purple sky, shining down exactly where Marcus and Ilara hid. It wasn't the sun. It wasn't a rescue. It was a hunting ship. Marcus stood at the cave entrance, watching the ship lower slowly like a silent predator. His hand tightened around his rifle. His heart pounded, but his face stayed calm. Behind him, Ilara leaned against the wall. Her skin glowed faintly, both from her body and from something else, now something growing inside her. She placed her hand on her stomach again. Eyes closed for a moment, as if listening to 2 heartbeats instead of 1. There. Zael and Eli hunters, she said softly. No mercy, no warnings. Once they know ... it's over. Marcus gave a dry laugh. Guess we better make sure they don't find out, huh? Ilara opened her eyes. Her golden gaze met his. You could still run. Not a chance. Outside, the hunting ship's engines roared as it landed in the red dust. 3 tall figures stepped out armored, silver helmets reflecting the twin moons and morning sun. Each of them carried energy spears, deadly, silent, trained killers. Marcus watched them through his scope. I count 3, maybe more inside the ship. Ilara walked closer, her silver hair floating slightly as if moved by invisible air. Her face showed no fear, only quiet sadness. One of them ... I recognize his energy signature. Her voice dropped. It's my brother. Marcus turned sharply. Your brother? Ilara nodded slowly. He is royal like me, sent to find me. If he sees me ... if he learns I carry life, he'll do what duty demands. Marcus said nothing for a Moment. Then he flicked his rifle's safety off. His voice was steady now, almost cold. Family or not. If he tries anything, I'll stop him. The first elite stepped closer to the cave. Marcus waited until the hunter was just 20 meters away, then pulled the trigger. A flash of blue plasma shot out. The first hunter dropped instantly, armor cracked and sparking. But the fight didn't end there. The other two moved like shadows leaping behind rocks, their spears lighting up. One threw his weapon, and it embedded itself just inches from Marcus' foot, crackling with energy. Stay back. Marcus shouted over his shoulder to Alara, but Alara didn't hide. Her eyes burned brighter now. Her hand lifted and a pulse of golden light shot forward, knocking one hunter flat with raw energy. Marcus stared for half a second. You can fight? Ilara's voice was calm now. For the child. For you. I must. The last hunter stepped forward slowly, helmet tilting as if confused. Then, the voice came cold, smooth, and sharp as ice. Alara, you've broken the law. Alara stiffened. Marcus watched her carefully. That's your brother, isn't it? She nodded once, her voice a whisper. Yes, Kieran. The figure pulled off his helmet slowly. His face was similar to Ilara's, violet skin, golden eyes. But where she was soft, he was hard. Where she was calm, he was cold. Kieran looked first at Marcus, then at Ilara's stomach. His eyes narrowed. So the rumors are true. He said quietly, you carry life. From a human. For a long moment, no one spoke. The wind blew dust between them. Then Marcus stepped forward, lifting his rifle slightly. His voice was steady. If you're here to take her, it's not going to happen. Kieran's gaze flicked toward him. I should kill you where you stand, human. But doubled. His voice softened, just slightly. Ofuko cored him. I should kill you where you stand, human. But a quote. His voice softened, just slightly. I see now. Perhaps this is no shame. Perhaps it is hope. Ilara's breath caught. Her brother's words weren't. Filled with anger, Marcus lowered his rifle slowly. So. What now? Kieran looked up at the sky, eyes thoughtful. Now. We make a choice. But before anyone could answer, the sky above them filled again, this time, not with Xyellan ships. With human military crafts. The real storm had only just begun. It was the sound of two armies arriving from opposite skies. From the east, Xyellan hunters with their smooth silver ships and glowing spears. From the west, human military crafts, rough and sharp like steel knives. And between both forces stood Marcus and Alara alone in the dust. Marcus didn't smile. He didn't even blink. His hands tightened around his plasma rifle. The sand under his boots shook slightly as ships landed on both sides. Ilara stood next to him. Her hand rested on her stomach once more. Her skin glowed brighter than before. The child was growing faster, too fast. Marcus could see her face tightening as she fought against the pain. Standing tall like a warrior queen. You shouldn't be standing right now. Marcus muttered, his eyes locked on the human soldiers exiting. They're ships, if I fall now. It's over, Alara whispered back, voice steady even as her legs shook. Suddenly, a voice rang from the human side. Loud, commanding. Marcus Gray, step away from the alien and surrender. That is a direct order. Marcus's jaw clenched. That voice. It was Captain Doyle, a man Marcus once followed in war. But that was before he met Alara. Before he saw with his own eyes how fragile both sides really were. Marcus didn't move. His rifle stayed raised. His voice was quiet but sure. Not today, Doyle. On the other side, Kieran stepped forward to helmet in his hand, face calm. Leaders. Two armies. And in the middle, two protectors of one. Unborn life. Then everything happened at once. One human soldier fired a warning shot. It hit the sand near Marcus's feet. Instantly, Xyellen hunters reacted, energy spears lighting up, golden beams flying toward the humans. Marcus didn't wait. He fired back, aiming only to disable, not to kill. But in the middle of war, no. One listened for mercy. Alara raised both hands. From her palms, waves of golden light exploded outward. A shield formed around them, a living barrier that pushed back both human plasma shots and Xyellen energy beams. But Marcus saw the truth. In her eyes. The shield was costing her strength. "You can't hold it forever," he warned. "I don't have to," Alara breathed. "Just long enough." Long enough for what? Marcus didn't ask. He trusted her. He reloaded, moving like a soldier from old days, fast, smart, dangerous. His body remembered battles long finished, but this one felt different. This time he wasn't fighting for land or orders. He was fighting for family. Suddenly, a flash of blue light hit the ground near Alara. Her shield flickered. She stumbled. Marcus caught her before she fell completely. Her skin felt too hot now. Her eyes were glowing, so bright it hurt to look. "Alara!" He shouted. Her voice came out weak but clear. "Marcus!" "The child. Now. Marcus's stomach twisted. It wasn't just a battle anymore. Alara was about to give birth, right here. In the middle of two armies trying to kill them. His mind raced. No time for thinking. Only instinct. He lifted her in his arms, shielded her with his body, and ran straight through the middle of the battlefield. Bullets and beams flew past. Dust and fire filled the air. But Marcus didn't slow down. Somewhere in the distance, he heard both humans and Xyellens shouting in confusion. No one sure whether to shoot or hold fire. But it didn't matter. For Marcus, there was only one mission. Now get Alara somewhere safe, and protect the first child of two worlds. The cave was dark again. But this time, it wasn't quiet. Inside, Alara lay on the ground, her face pale, her glowing skin flickering like a dying star. Marcus knelt beside her, holding her hand tightly. His voice was low, calm, but inside his chest, his heart raced. Faster than ever before. "Stay with me, Alara," he whispered. "I'm here." Outside the cave, footsteps echoed. Soldiers, both human and Xyellen, stood frozen in the red dust. Weapons pointed down, eyes turned toward the cave. No one fired now, because Kieran stood between them, tall and royal, his voice sharp and final. "No one enters," he ordered. "The child is coming, and no one will harm them." The human Captain Doyle looked angry, confused. "You're protecting her now?" he growled. "She's breaking your laws, isn't she?" Kieran's golden eyes didn't blink. His voice was like stone. "Maybe some laws must be broken." Inside the cave, Marcus wiped sweat from Alara's forehead. Her breathing was rough now. Her whole body trembled. "Too soon. She whispered, her voice breaking. "The child." "Growing too fast. Double quotes. Marcus held her tighter. "Then we don't stop. We finish this together." Suddenly, a golden light burst from Alara's stomach. Marcus pulled back, shielding his eyes. The glow filled the whole cave so bright. It looked like another sun had risen inside the earth. Alara cried out once, a sharp, clear sound. And then silence. The light faded slowly. When Marcus dared to look again, his breath caught. There, in Alara's arms, was a small child. Tiny, wrapped in glowing silver cloth. The baby had violet skin like Alara, but its eyes. One was golden. One was blue. Human and Xyellen. Both worlds living in one new life. Alara's face was tired, but peaceful now. She looked up at Marcus. With a soft smile, he single quotes S. Here. She whispered, "Our son." Marcus couldn't speak for a moment. He just stared, heart full of something he'd never felt before. Not fear, not duty. Hope. Outside the cave, Kieran felt it too. His head tilted slightly, sensing the energy shift in the air. His voice was quieter now. "It is done," he said. Captain Doyle frowned. "What now?" Kieran stepped forward, his hand resting calmly on his weapon, but not drawing it. Double quotes. "Now, we choose peace." For the first time in years, human soldiers and Xyellan hunters lowered their weapons at the same moment. Inside the cave, Marcus sat beside Alara and the child. His voice was low and steady. "No more running," he said. "No more hiding." Alara nodded slowly. Her golden eyes shimmered with quiet tears. "Now, we build something new." The child opened its mismatched eyes. It didn't cry. It just looked at both of them and smiled. And in that moment, Marcus knew the real fight wasn't about war. It wasn't about laws or blood. It was about protecting what came next. The sky above the desert turned golden red as the first sun rays touched the planet. For the first time in history, human soldiers and Xyellan hunters stood side by side, not as enemies, but as quiet witnesses. Inside the cave, the child of two worlds had been born. Marcus stepped out first. His clothes were dirty, his face marked with dust and sweat. But in his arms, wrapped in silver cloth, was the small child. The baby's eyes were open already, one gold, one blue. Light shimmered around him like he carried the glow of two species inside his skin. Every soldier, both human and Xyellan, lowered their weapons as Marcus stepped forward. No one spoke. Behind Marcus, Alara appeared, walking slowly, holding Kieran's arm for balance. Her face was tired but calm. Her silver hair floated in the soft wind like starlight. Kieran spoke first. His voice wasn't cold, now it was clear and sure. "This is the future of both our kinds," he said. "The child of unity." Captain Doyle frowned, watching Marcus closely. "You'd trust them after everything?" Doyle asked in a rough voice. Marcus's answer was simple. He held the child higher, showing both human and Xyellan faces. "This isn't about trust anymore," Marcus said quietly. "This is about survival. Both sides have been dying in their own ways. Maybe now there's a new way forward." For a long, heavy moment, no one moved. The sun rose higher, painting everything in bright gold. Then slowly, Doyle lowered his rifle fully. His soldiers followed. Kieran gave the smallest nod. His hunters stood down too. Marcus looked at Alara beside him. Her golden eyes met his, and for once, there was no fear, only peace. "What will you name him?" Kieran asked softly. Alara's voice was quiet, but strong. "Solus," she said. "It means light in both languages." And in that moment, under the twin moons and rising sun, two species made their first real step toward peace, not through politics or weapons, but through one small child carried by two strangers who had become family. Later, that same day, as the sun set again, Marcus sat alone on a high rock, holding Solus in his arms. The baby stared up at him with mismatched eyes, glowing faintly in the dark. Marcus smiled a little. "You're going to change everything, kid," he whispered. "Guess I better get ready for that." Behind him, Alara joined him quietly, wrapping a silver blanket around both of them. Her hand rested gently on his shoulder. Together, they watched the sky turn to stars, knowing the real journey was only just beginning.